Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news now, guys. Today we're diving into some news that could shake up the NFC East, and more specifically, give the Philadelphia Eagles a huge boost in their quest for yet another Super Bowl appearance. It's a story that's been buzzing around NFL circles, with sources like Adam Schefter hinting that the Eagles are exploring a blockbuster move that might just change the landscape of the division, and maybe even the conference. And yes, we're talking about a potential trade that could see the Eagles acquiring none other than Max Crosby from the Las Vegas Raiders. That's right, the motor in the Raiders' pass rush, a guy who's been recognized as an All-Pro in 2023 and is widely regarded as one of the most disruptive defensive players in the league right now. Max Crosby, for those who might not be fully up to speed, is an absolute game-changer on the defensive line. I mean, he's not just a pass rusher, he's a relentless force. His ability to get to the quarterback is second to none. In 2023, he achieved All-Pro honors and was ranked among the top 10 players on PFF, which is no small feat. Over his career, he's accumulated around 350 tackles, 55 sacks, and 10 forced fumbles, making him a consistent threat on every snap. His PFF grade has been hovering around an impressive 88.0, which shows how much teams rely on him to wreak havoc in the backfield. And in the current season, with 6 games played, he's already tallied 15 solo tackles, 5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. His PFF grade this year is a staggering 90. 2 with a pass rush grade of 89. 5 and run defense at 85. 4. What's really impressive is his pressure rate, around 17%, which indicates how often he's able to pressure the quarterback during plays. And even with a minor ankle injury in Week 3, Crosby has been able to stay effective, playing 82% of the snaps and continuing to be a dominant presence. Now, why would the Raiders consider trading Crosby? Well, the team is currently sitting at a disappointing 2-4 record, and that's putting a lot of pressure on the front office to shake things up. Las Vegas is facing some tough decisions, especially considering their cap situation. They've got about $22 million in cap space, which isn't a lot when you consider the big contracts they're carrying. Plus, the Raiders are in a bit of a rebuild mode, trying to free up cap space to secure a future franchise quarterback. Sources indicate that the Raiders are looking at options to unload assets and lighten their cap load, especially since their defense has been leaking points, allowing around 25 points per game. Their run defense is also struggling, giving up nearly 4.8 yards per rush, which makes their entire defensive scheme vulnerable. It's no secret that the Raiders have been cursing their luck with injuries and inconsistent play, and Crosby's trade could be a strategic move to rebuild their future assets while addressing their cap issues. But here's where things get really interesting. The Eagles, on the other hand, are in a different position. They are a team that's been consistently competitive, with a roster that's built to contend now and for the future. Adding a player like Crosby would be a game-changer, especially for their pass rush. After losing some key players and seeing their front four have moments of inconsistency, the Eagles could really use a shot in the arm on that defensive line. Crosby's ability to generate pressure, projected at over 16 sacks in the upcoming stretch, would give Philadelphia a formidable edge on defense, one that could be the difference in playoff games and Super Bowl battles. Think about it. Adding Crosby means not only increasing the pressure on opposing quarterbacks, but also elevating the overall performance of the defensive line. With Graham already providing 4 sacks this year, Crosby's addition could push that number into the double digits, transforming the Eagles' pass rush into one of the league's most feared units. This would have a ripple effect across the defense, reducing the points allowed from 20 to potentially as low as 16 per game, and significantly improving their chances to dominate in big moments. Plus, Crosby's presence would help stabilize the rush defense, making it harder for opponents to run effectively against Philly, which is crucial for playoff success. And let's talk about the impact on the team's overall strategy. The Eagles' defense last year was solid, but they've been looking for that extra push to become elite. Adding Crosby would be a strategic move, similar to what we saw with the Steelers boosting their sacks total last season, or how a player like Watt can elevate a defense. Crosby's ability to win double teams, with a plus 13% advantage over blockers, and his high TFL, tackle for loss, numbers would elevate the entire unit. His presence on the line would also free up other pass rushers and create more one-on-one opportunities, making the Eagles' defense not just good but elite. Now, from a more strategic perspective, this move isn't just about improving the defense. It's also about what it signals to the rest of the league. The Eagles are clearly positioning themselves as serious contenders, not just this season, but for years to come. They're willing to go all in, making bold moves to strengthen their roster. The addition of Crosby, a player projected to rack up around 16 sacks and 45 pressures in the upcoming games, would be pivotal not just for their defense, but for their entire team's mentality. It sends a message to everyone in the NFC that the Eagles are not messing around, that they're prepared to do whatever it takes to get back to the Super Bowl and lift that trophy once again. Now, let's look at some numbers that really highlight Crosby's impact. His projected contribution, around 16 sacks and 45 pressures, would significantly improve the Eagles' pass rush win rate, possibly jumping by more than 25%. That's huge when you think about how many games are decided by a critical sack or a forced pressured throw. His ability to generate double-team wins, with a plus 13% advantage, means he'll be facing less double teams himself, making him even more effective. And if you compare him to someone like Huff from the Eagles, Crosby's presence could mean a plus 7 tackle for loss advantage, which translates into game-changing plays. But of course, this isn't just about the numbers. It's about the impact this kind of player can have on the team's culture and confidence. The Eagles, with their current roster, are already a tough team, but adding someone like Crosby, who's proven he can perform under pressure, takes them to a whole new level. It's like giving a team the final piece of the puzzle, one that can turn close games into dominant victories and push them deeper into the playoffs. And speaking of the playoffs, the odds are already in the Eagles' favor, but with Crosby, they could see their Super Bowl chances improve significantly. Right now, their odds are around plus 1,200, but if this move happens, some betting sites are already adjusting those odds closer to plus 600. That's a huge swing, and it reflects how much a player like Crosby can influence the outcome of a season. His presence in clutch moments could be the X factor that turns a good team into a champion, especially when facing tough division rivals like the Cowboys, where the Eagles have already shown they can elevate their game by around 24% in key matchups. In conclusion, this potential trade is a game changer. It's a strategic, dynamic move that not only addresses immediate needs, but also signals the Eagles' commitment to excellence. Crosby's addition would be a statement, a clear message that Philadelphia is building a roster capable of dominating the NFC and making a serious run at a Super Bowl. The fact that the Raiders might be hesitant initially makes sense from their perspective, but it's clear that for the Eagles, this is a move they're willing to make, a bold step toward greatness. The kind of move that could define their season and leave a lasting legacy in franchise history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Crosby is the missing piece that can push Philly over the edge? Or do you think the Raiders will hold on to him because they see his value as irreplaceable? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Eagles organization itself. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. We're in a moment of strategic shifts, and this story might just be the beginning of something historic for the Eagles. Thanks for watching, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.